doing tonight? Just saying hello and how are ya? Good to see you. And little cities and suburbs fun coming to you tonight on January 6th. It is January 6th, 2019. No, it's not. Just kidding. You have to have 20/20 vision to see that one coming. All right, guys. Just a quick video and streaming live simultaneously on over here on YouTube, and we'll see how that comes out. One never knows. Love does enter through the nose. And we'll see how it comes out, guys. Anyway, that's not the point. It'll be on Cities and Suburbs and my YouTube channel and my Facebook channel. So, good evening. 6 days in. How you doing? 6 days into the new year. Have you lost that 20 pounds yet? How you feeling? Are you doing laps around the gym? Here, jumping around like a spider monkey or a flying squirrel. How you doing? Yeah, it's been cold here. It has been cold. Just wanted to, and it's going to get colder. Yeah, it's going to warm up to 50, but that's cold. And that's crazy. Anyway, how we doing tonight? And so we're 6 days in, and this is Cities and Suburbs, so I like to cover different things. And please subscribe to the channel if you can. You watch the video. I know some people watch the video, realize when you watch or you like it, you sometimes will remain anonymous. But if you could add a comment or, because that just helps to provide some information for the next cast. Again, the show's about our cities, our suburbs, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We all know what the ugly is. All right, the ugly is this year and last year was gentrification, lack of affordable housing throughout the United States of America. It was not just here in Worcester, Massachusetts. By the way, I'm broadcasting tonight live from Charlton, Massachusetts, right off of Route 20. And again, Happy New Year, guys. All right. My apple spritz. Got to have the apple spritz while I talk to you guys. So, yeah, so I just wanted to mention, as we jump into it, some of our cities in America are not doing well. And I'm going to get into in between, not all tonight, but the balance between having a residential tax and a commercial tax. What Worcester is trying to do right now is attempting to do, and is successful in doing, is making it the core of the city, in more of an 18-hour plus environment to not only live in, but to work in, to be safe in. So we'll talk about that real quick. But tonight, our friends in Chicago from HeyJackass.com. And I'm telling you, I don't make this stuff up. This guy is dedicated, whoever runs this website, HeyJackass.com. And this is January. 6 days in. 7 shot and killed already, guys. All right. 29 shot and wounded. And 36 shootings already in the Chi-Town area. Okay. And like I said, I'm not going to get into where Chicago. It's what Boston. These cities have decided many years ago to gobble up all the smaller towns around them, become metroplexes. So it is Chicago, whether it's south side, north side, this burb, that burb, it doesn't matter. 2019, you guys, last year, there were shot and killed in Chicago, 461. Shot and wounded, 2,293. That's in 2019. Totally shot 2,754, 514 murders. okay, in Chicago. Again, Chicago proper, you know, the boroughs of Chicago. Anyway, from in 2019, a person is shot every 3 minutes and 11 seconds. A person is murdered every 17 minutes and 5 seconds. And actually, that's down. He says it's down. So anyway, how's Worcester doing? Compared to that, guys, help me out a little bit. You know, Worcester has its problems. No, it's not a city of millions and millions of people like Chicago or New York, but things can be and are proportionate in terms of crime and quality of life, you know. And there was a lot of quality of life over the holidays. And you know, again, all these things happen. I'm just not pointing. There's a lot of good that happens. A lot of great things, you know. There's a lot of civic pride in our cities. And sometimes the crime and the hooliganism, if you will, and the blight of areas and the non-investment of areas in older towns and cities, you know, that does make for sexy news, and I'm guilty. That's because I just want to see things right. I don't want to see people living in paycheck to paycheck. I don't want to see folks living in, you know, I look at the 3-deckers in Worcester, Mass., and I knew I was just going to go off tonight. And they were built, they were gateway housing, they're immigrant housing, they were built for working folks. But the companies that were actually hiring all the immigrants, you know, 100, 150 years ago, and welcoming them to America, were they welcoming them as a person or as a strong back? Didn't care too much about this. So you look at all these older industrial cities with all these, you know, sardines. You know, sardine cans this way, but 3-deckers are this way. Still, you're packed in. And that was to, you know, people came here and fought, though. They a lot of immigrants came here, and they just weren't, you know, slaves to big barons. They did build their own businesses. They brought their own culture, and that really worked out a lot. But anyway, so it's that quality of life. So we get into the residential versus commercial tax every year, and I do have to say that Worcester is up there in terms of the commercial tax rate, and the residential tax rate this year was actually down, but it has gone up in a lot of cities. The Worcester is totally guilty in terms of a high residential tax rate and a high commercial tax rate, you know. And it's all here in the Worcester Business Journal and the Boston Business Journal. And, you know, you can go to the state sites to find out. But 347 of the cities and towns in Massachusetts having set their property tax rates for 2019 by the end of last year, the median residential tax rate was $15.37. That's on an assessed $1,000. Okay, so that's down 20 cents from the year before. Similar situation on the commercial side. The median commercial rate in 2019 is $17.37, down from $17.54 in 2018. Those dollars and cents, they're down. But look at some of the municipalities that have gone up. And you have to look at that. You have to look at that. Worcester, we need, you want to retain, there are 4,000 people right now living downtown Worcester. Okay, compared to maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago before all the construction went up. There were about maybe 900 to 1,000 folks living downtown, maybe less. So that's a substantial leap. And a lot of those are the folks with disposable income. So what's going to keep all these folks and building, encouraging people to live downtown, Good jobs, number one. Good transportation, and a reason for people to live downtown. Your average age down in Worcester right now is 34 years old. Okay, not just living in downtown, but that's, I think, the average age. Now you can go to Data USA and find that out. I may be a little bit behind on the time there, but we could check that out. But 30 years old, 30 between 30 and 34 years old is the demographic living downtown now. The density that is going to be there, and but we need, what I would really think is, having an apex, something like a destination, fun things for, 30 and under, 30 plus folks to do. But one of those apexes that actually is, it's an adult, I believe. I've never been. I've been invited to, but I've never been. But, everything from your indoor go-karts to, now that would be something. Now when I think about something like that coming to Worcester, you know what I think about? Maybe I'm old school, and I remember Henry's Hobby Shop down there on Front Street many years ago. I used to go by balsa wood, and I used to build all these tall buildings, and they were really cool. I used to come out of balsa wood, and but I remember talking with Henry, and he said, Worcester has got a Spags mentality. No one wants to pay for parking, and so whenever a development comes to Worcester, I think about parking, 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 parking. Where are we going to put people? If you're building hotels, which they're building another one at Washington Square, and people are saying where. Well, there's about a postage stamp a parcel that is unclaimed. That's going to put in another hotel. We'll talk about that on Wednesday. Worcester loves its hotels. But if you're going to do that, well, you have to think of where are all these folks going to park? You keep journey to the center of the earth and build all these underground parking spots. But hey, man, that's the growth. But so anyway, yeah, our city's still a crime ridden. That's not just Chicago, but we talk about Welch, West Virginia. We talk about Virginia, very rural state, has about 10 to 12 cities and towns in West Virginia that are doing poorly. Mississippi is still under the poverty rate, the highest poverty rate in the United States of America. We have a lot of work to do here, guys. A lot of work to do. So yeah, residential tax rate, commercial tax rate. We need our employers to stay. We need our employees to stay in our community. So that's about it for tonight, guys. Anyway, I'm going to sign out, and you guys have been totally wunderbar, and well, we totally hope to see you soon. All right? So take care, and thanks a lot for listening. See you soon.